Welcome back. We are so excited to meet our new friend, Heather McDown from Gourmet Foods International. And today she's going to talk about all of the wonderful ways you can build a charcuterie board from things you can find at Price Cutter and Country Mart. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's really nice to meet you guys.
Can you just quickly first tell us about Gourmet Food International?
So Gourmet Foods International is a nationwide specialty distributor, but we also employ a lot of certified cheese professionals throughout the country. I've been a certified cheese professional for about 7 years now, one of 2 in Oklahoma currently, so it's kind of like a sommelier is, but for cheese.
Oh, wow.
So I've had a little experience and seen this awesome new trend of building cheese boards, and so we're just kind of talking about how you're going to get ready for either the holidays or any kind of gathering that you would want to make something fun to have people to snack on. So with this board, for instance, I like to first of all, just know your audience, who you're serving it to. You know, if you have family members that are real basic and just like some cheddar, you know, you don't want to throw anything crazy at them because sometimes your money is all for nothing.
Yes.
But it's also an affordable luxury. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of money on it. You don't need like a whole pound of meat by any means. You also don't, you know, need to buy the most expensive cheese. You can dress up what you have, and you can really get a lot of things from within your own fridge that you don't have to, you know, go out and buy especially. So, you know, just a few little quick tips here. I like to incorporate as many different flavors, milk types, and textures as possible. Okay. So just to walk you through a few of the examples, up top here, this really nice fanned out one is going to be Manchego. It's a really lovely young sheep's milk cheese from Spain. Wow. It's really kid friendly. It's very just really nice and easy eating. And then for our goat milk companion, we have a really fantastic high-end
the camera.
Gouda.
It's right here. It's hard to see, but it's right here.
It's from Cypress Grove Chev, which is a producer out of Northern California. So it's a goat milk Gouda. It's a little bit like a gateway goat cheese. A lot of people don't even know it's made from goat's milk. And then,
do you mind if we try these as you talk about them?
No, please do. Please do. Yeah, feel free to.
I'm going to grab one of these.
Okay, I'm going to grab one of these.
Yeah, you can use this knife too if you ever want to, but this is called a presentation knife. So what it's really for is.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Pretty cool, huh?
Okay.
No, you're fine. That's
Heather, I like
that's
the
part of the
variety
thing
that you have here.
Yeah.
It's just you've got all these flavors. The sweet. Is that a dill pickle right there?
So these are called cornichons. So cornichons, a lot of people think they're going to be sweet, but they're actually like super vinegary, really cutting. They're really nice to pair with a cheddar, which we have cheddar curds right here too next to it. So I prefer a zingy pickle as opposed to a sweet one.
That's very zingy.
I don't think I've ever had a pickle that tart.
It's a little French salt bomb, you know what I mean? And then we have like some cheddar curds here in the middle for all the folks that just like something simple. So it's like cheese curds are just basically cheddar before it's pressed together. So you do all the same motions of making the cheese, you just don't do the last step. So they're still just as much work, but they're really tasty, and they usually squeak in your teeth when they're fresh. Unfortunately, we don't live in Wisconsin, so you can't get those kind of fresh curds here, but these are an awesome cheese curd option that's prepackaged by Ellsworth Creamery. They are still from Wisconsin. And then we also have what I call my secret weapon. This is Boursin. So Boursin is an awesome cheese that is kid-friendly. It's usually the first thing that's devoured on the cheese plate. It comes in a bunch of different flavors, but I would say the garlic and herb is going to be the most common one to find.
It's really delicious.
It is my favorite, and I actually had a charcuterie board yesterday with that Boursin cheese because it is my absolute favorite.
Yeah. So it's going to be this right here.
Oh, that's really lovely. Can you tell us about this little crisp thing that we're eating?
Yeah, these are awesome. So these are just a nice wafer cracker. They're made in Australia by Two's Company is the brand. And they're great because they don't break, but they're still nice and light and crispy.
Yeah.
So I really like those. And then we also have a little, it's kind of like a little Melba toast type option here by Casa Milo. This is a garlic and herb bruschetta. So that's our other cracker option here. And then we, of course, have some other accoutrements, like, you know, we have our dried apricots here. We also have some Valencia almonds or
Which are
Marcona
so
almonds,
good.
I
which
love
are really,
those.
really
That
great.
would be one of my go-tos.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're kind of like a combination between an almond and a macadamia nut, is what I tell people. So they've got a little bit more of a soft texture, but they're really flavorful. And then the last couple of things that are going to be on here, of course, are going to be some nice seasonal grapes. And then we have some Italian mixed olives, which are going to be on the end over there. They're already seasoned up, so you just dump them out of the package and onto the plate. And then we have fig spread, which is a really nice pairing option, especially with a manchego or
Get
with
in there. That is so
Gouda.
good.
I'm going to put some of that on
Do it.
this cheese
Yes.
because I like those combinations of flavors.
Yeah.
The kind of tart and the sweet together.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
that's the
so
goal
good.
here. So this is, last night I made most of this, and then I just popped the crackers and the nuts on at the end so they don't get stale. And you'll want to make sure that wherever you're transporting it, if you're having to do that you're wrapping it up real nice and tight. But you can do a lot of prep in advance. You don't have to do it all the day of, but I would recommend if you're going to be using meat on the tray to do
Yeah.
it kind of
Right.
close to the end because, if you have a really nice charcuterie meat,
Jeremy's making a big old sandwich.
Look
right
what I'm
there.
making. I'm gonna hold this up.
I'm gonna-
now.
look at that.
This makes me
It's
happy.
a perfect pairing.
This is
right
the
there.
perfect pairing because you've got the Boston cheese with the garlic, you've got the meat, you got the fig. Now tell us
Thank
about.
you so much. No.
Look how beautiful that looks, and the flavors are really good
They are
together.
really
Like mixing all those flavors.
Absolutely. It's just very satiating, I think.
Yes.
I spend a lot of time eating this type of thing in the summertime because I don't want to heat up anything in my house. It's like
saying that
97
earlier.
degrees still, so
Yeah.
this is an awesome option. One more item over here that's kind of interesting is this is called speck. And speck is kind of a lesser known charcuterie meat.
Hold
I
that
don't know
over
if
the
you can
camera.
see it,
Right here.
but it's a smoked prosciutto. So if you have friends that are like, I don't know how I feel about that. That looks raw. It's weird. It's too weird for them. This is like fancy pork beef.
Do you wanna
pork
try that?
jerky.
Yeah, sure.
Here.
It's got
Do you
that.
mind me touching
Yeah,
it?
you can touch whatever you want. It's fine.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, thank
Sorry,
you.
there you go.
Yeah, you need to try it.
piece of
So
that.
this speck is from an Iowa producer called La Quercia. It's very, very high quality. It's going to be just as good as what you would find in Italy.
I like to mix it with cheese and
Yeah.
like you did earlier, and then and this apricot. Is that what you?
It's
is?
fig spread,
It's
yeah.
Fig.
But
figgy
any kind of
fig.
jam that you have in your fridge.
You could use any jam, right?
Pepper jelly, honestly, I've
Oh, that
used
sounds good, too.
anything that I have open and ready to go.
Heather, by the way, these are my new favorites.
And they come
I love 'em.
they come in like 4 different varieties too. So there's like a cracked pepper, a poppy, a sesame seed, and there's even a gluten-free one as well that's available.
And you can get all those at Price Cutter.
Guys,
Listen,
you
I have
to.
noticed in Price Cutter they have the best variety of cheeses. And I love that you know all about this. Some of these things I've never heard of. So great. So
Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Thank you so
Heather.
much.
Yeah,
You're the
you're-
best. And
I'm
now we
glad-
won't be
I'm glad
hungry.
you enjoyed.
thank you. We'll be back with AM Sketch Mimes. So good.